Hello, everybody. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. And welcome for the last time in 2021 to Adventures in Asterie. Thank you so much for hanging out. This is the last, page of Chapter 1, Arc 1, the first part of the story. I've had such a blast. This was supposed to be 8 episodes, and it ended up being 10, I think, if I counted properly. This is number 10, and, by no means is it the end of Asterie, but it's the end for this year. We're gonna take December off and see what happens after that. So, thanks for the host, Vocal. And on that cue, let's bring on the crew. Huzzah! Hi, everyone. Hello. I'm excited to see sort of like what happens tonight. Thank you all so much for bearing with me, playing with me, putting in your heart and soul for the past 8 weeks.
I think the chat might not have heard any of that because I keep seeing I got ads. The
ads, why?
It was a very good speech.
Turn them off. I turned mine off.
I gotta figure out how to turn them off, but right now it doesn't matter. It's 6?
I know, some of them are getting 6, some of them are getting 3 in a row.
Wow. Okay, I gotta figure that out.
Mine's even
Twitch
is
relentless.
I got ads 4 of 4.
Oh no, mine's not, but I was on for a while.
That's wild. Okay, I will, before next season, try to figure out the ads. But, welcome. Hi. I just wanted to quickly say, and I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, this is the 10th episode and the last of Chapter 1. We're going to take a break for December and then hopefully reconvene in January. But lives being what they are, no guarantees yet, but obviously stay tuned. I'm hopefully going to be coming on and like streaming some games or like chatting about what I'm doing next year coming up, dependent on life and spoons and whatnot. But for now, I'm just super excited to play with these lovely people. We have become, I hope, friends. I think friends, and like a community over the past few months. And thank you so much for playing with me. Let's do a quick introduction, and then we'll jump right in. Christina, do you want to start?
Of course. Hey everyone, I'm Christina. I will be playing your coffee-obsessed warlock Staci. And if you're curious about what I'm up to, you can always find me at Greekachu across the internet.
That's me!
Kat, you're next.
I was trying to figure out where the echo was coming from, but I think it's gone. I'm Kat. I am a Cat of Nerdlandia, or Nerdlandia G on most things. You can catch me on Tuesdays, every other Tuesday on my channel for my new homebrew campaign, which will be back next week, I think. Yeah, next week.
Yeah.
And I will be playing MK Skiphop.
Yay, let me turn your volume up a tad. Hopefully that helps. Okay. Murphy, what's going on?
Hello, it's me, Murphy. It's Wednesday, and I'm happy to be here. I also play Bill, our Swarmkeeper Ranger, sleepy dad with bees. And you can also catch me the same days with Kat and Vocal, alternating Tuesdays, and hopefully here again in the new year.
Yay! I'm turning up all your volumes, because who knows? I think Discord did a reset and reset all the volumes. So thanks, chat. Just keep letting us know if things are off. Val.
Hi everyone, my name is Valiant Dorian. I use he, him, his pronouns, and I'll be playing Zaltana Brightouched, who is our full Bogue, Wild Magic Sorcerer, and Abjuration Wizard multi-class. You can find me on Twitter at Valiant Dorian, on TikTok at AutoSpiritBear. I promise I will try to make content there. It's really hard.
It's so hard.
And I'm also on Friends Who Roll Dice's Invisible Sun campaign called The Soul's Confidant. That's on Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I play a really hot character, so y'all should really check us out.
True.
Really fun. Lots of spices happening right now.
Amazing. Jam.
Hi, I'm Jem. Sorry for the face earlier. I grabbed a bunch of dice bags because I wanted to have all my d20s in case they get bad. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, like 6 out. But the first bag I opened was actually my Norse Root, which I cannot play with. Anyway, I'm Jem. I play Jezebel Feuerwerker on the internet. I am usually known as Disabled and Fab. I'm going to say Jez is a very hot character. Since everyone's talking about hot characters they play on other podcasts, she's super hot. On my other D&D thing, which is every other Saturday, including this Saturday, I play a hot Dembo who is an idiot. I love them. Jez is a magic sorcerer fighter multiclass, specifically a psionic fighter, so we got psychic shenanigans. I am much more conscious than last week.
Yeah.
I have a heart monitor if you see the bulge, and that is probably all.
Amazing.
Cool.
Vocal.
Hello. I am VocalOutburst. I play Fernell Layethe here in this wonderful world that we are in. I have lost everything that I do. Sorry, my brain is just like completely gone from me. Give me like 2 seconds and I might be able to... I remember what I do. I DM a campaign. Oh God. This time we're doing Mondays for the rest of the month of November. So come check us out on one of my friends' channels. That's twitch.tv/Kunzy, Kunzy. Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And check out me DMing as well as my players who might be in chat as well. Tala being one of them. I see you in chat. Hello, hi. But yeah, this is exciting. It's the end. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Okay, so quick recap for those of you who might have missed. Let's go through this quick. So, there's a book. It got stolen from a town called Daronia when all of our 6 adventurers were there. Our adventurers went off after a mage called Jessup, who they thought stole the book, but it doesn't seem like they did, but they still managed to beat up Jessup anyway and steal a very magic artifact from them. I'm also hearing an echo. I don't know who that is, but
Might
can
be
you
Murphy.
check your business? Check your business.
Check your biz.
Check your biz. And then, so it was this artifact they kind of stole from Jessup after they had beat them up, affected Zaltana in sort of an enthrall, where she really didn't want to let this artifact go. It also had like certain other effects on her, but they did manage to, through a little bit of like party infighting and some dramatic issues between each other, did after a while manage to get rid of the artifact. In fact, they dropped it in sort of the lake, just past Daronia, in fact, on their way to where they are now. They decided to go based on actually what Jessup had originally said, where the book would be, which is the hideout of a group called The Seam. The Seam is a very mysterious group that nobody really had ever heard of except for MK, and all that MK knows is that it's a very secret society. People are scared to even mention its name, and that's basically it. They arrived here and fought a couple of giant scorpions, and just moments ago, who would emerge from an underground bunker but a beautiful, tall, half-orc woman and Fernell's sister, Lauren.
I spend a week thinking about Lauren. A whole week thinking
She's a
about
human, right?
A human, yes.
Okay.
I've been spending 10
Pretty much all I
sessions.
remember.
She's a human, yeah.
Why is your sister a human? What? I have questions. I have in-game
Adoptive
questions.
family? How are Genasi? They're part elemental, but are they also part human?
So my dad is an Earth Genasi and my mom's a human, and apparently when they got married it was really frowned upon in our tribe. And Lauren's kind of the only human of our family that came from my mom and dad. So
Why is she here?
that's a good question. Hey, Lauren, I have friends now. It's a different situation. What's up? And the people are pointing weapons at us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's
the
also-
old
it's
lady
like,
is very
I'm kind of
threatening.
like I'm in between being like scared and also ecstatic. So yeah.
There's a half dozen other well-armed folks here, of all, like, a mix of races. There's some gnomes and halflings and humans, different folk here, basically all with varying weapons, short bows and daggers and swords drawn, sort of standing behind this half-orc woman who emerges and says, I said this last week, but I'll repeat. Basically, she says, well, fancy meeting you all here. It's been quite an age since anybody has found us, let alone got past our guard dogs. How may I help
Speakers.
you? I think someone else should speak.
I think you should speak.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I'm gonna push for now.
okay. Hi, everyone. We're have we come up with a name yet, guys?
No.
we don't.
Name the party.
We don't have
We
a.
don't
Okay,
have one yet.
we're just a group of
Concerned
adventurers.
citizens.
We're concerned citizens, and we're here to help out any way that we can.
And your sister
Doing
speaks
great,
out.
Fernell.
Fernell, what in the gods are you doing here?
Okay, I know I have a lot of explaining to do, but it's really great seeing you. But there's a lot going on. Can we not be super hostile, maybe?
The orc woman speaks up and says, Lauren, do you know these people? And Lauren says, no, that's my brother. What? Did you tell him where we are?
No. Absolutely
No.
not. She did not.
No, we
No.
really stumbled upon you guys. I didn't think that
I mean,
would be. I didn't think
She
that-
did not tell us.
Gregor,
Y'all might
take
wanna work
her
on your
inside while we
Equal.
finish our
Wait.
conversation.
I thought she was
Wait,
dead. I'm gonna be
she's
honest
not in
right
trouble.
here.
She's not in trouble. Wait, Lauren, wait, hold on. Wait. I think there's a misunderstanding. We didn't know we would stumble upon you guys. We just happened to run into your guard dogs and we killed them, but we didn't know that they were guard dogs. We just thought that they were here because we were going, where are we going?
Where were you going? This is no
Trying to
place
find a certain
to
place.
stumble
I mean,
upon.
This
I
might
have
be
an out
a
of-
certain
I've-
place that we were looking for.
Yes.
No, I have an out of question. What is the name of the other town that sounds like Daronia?
There's
Draconia.
like two only.
Draconia.
There's like
I want
two
to in
there.
character say we're going to Draconia.
Yeah, Draconia. We're going to Draconia.
Got
And
lost.
why, for one, are this motley crew of yours heading to Draconia? And two, why are you so far off the beaten track, my friends?
Why is
Well,
there
you
a
see
group,
here,
a
we-
motley group of you hanging out in the middle of the scar? It seems that
Don't
we both have
interrogate
things we'd
them.
rather to keep silent.
I think last time if they were wearing any of those insignias, but I don't remember if you answered or what the answer was.
Oh, I think I must have missed it. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Okay, we're gonna start with the duck die. So duck die, don't fail me now. What's my perception? Yeah, duck die gave me a natural 19 plus 3 is 22.
That's really good.
Duck die are very good.
You actually see a couple of these people, like with your keen eyes, just like hidden in their lapels, this sort of like green ribbon hanging out.
We were looking to go to Triconia for some craft fairs, but I think we might have found some people who could help us with that here.
Oh,
Wait, were we really? Wait, were we?
Gregor, I'm going to need you to please take Lauren inside while we finish a conversation and sort some things out. Lauren, I would appreciate if you go calmly. We can speak later.
Wait.
Siblings,
No.
long lost siblings away from one another.
Yes.
I mean, look at this poor boy's face.
Excuse me, ma'am. I'm sorry. We didn't. I think we're getting off on the wrong foot. We're on the way to Draconia. We have a couple of students from Amos Academy that have some business there, something about a satellite school they would love to tell you, I'm sure, and we are accompanying them because it can be treacherous. We did not come here on purpose, and we did not know that Lauren was going to be here. That's not my unfinished business, that's someone else's. But we don't mean no disrespect.
Now I'm a little bit confused because one of you says that you are on the way to, how did you word it? A craft fair? And
Big
one
fan
of you
handcrafts.
claims that you're on the way to Amos.
Be at the craft fair.
Not Amos. We're going to a place where they're going to set up a satellite school at Amos, Draconia. And there's also, I've heard, lovely artisan things there. So I was having a look.
Well,
I'm a bit of an amateur sewer myself.
The real Amos is there.
yes.
We have one party member who loves to lie, and now you've met her. We're going
Former
to
darling,
the school.
it's method.
The sort of like large man is sort of like taking Lauren inside, and she's going but like looking back at you and kind of doing the like, it's cool, just be cool, like the like brother sister, like just be cool look.
Bill looks at Staci in a like, someone who's more charming than me needs to back this up or say something credible. I have a -2 to charisma. I cannot roll on this.
I can, but I guess I messed it up.
Mine's not that great.
Yeah, Staci kind of chimes in with, yeah, you know, like, there's so much going on as far as the schools and stuff, and we have to go back and forth between the satellite school and the main school a lot, and there's been some weird stuff going on, so they were helping us.
There has been some weird stuff going on. That we're quite aware of that, and thank you for the tiniest bit of honesty that I believe I've heard so far. Now I have a proposition for you. I would really like to understand a little bit more about why you're here. And I'm happy to have a conversation. Perhaps we play a game.
Shit.
It sounds like a trap, but I don't think we have any other options right now.
Yeah. I'm not the best at games. Not a super.
Okay.
Well, unless it involves
best
a ball.
at
If it involves a
games?
ball or a rock, I'm pretty good. Pretty good at
Yeah.
it. But otherwise, I mean, I'm not good.
Fernell.
What did you have in mind, ma'am?
It involves a deck of cards and a little bit of trust.
Oh no!
Oh, we're all gonna die by
I mean,
playing cards.
fun.
Sounds great.
Wonderful.
I'm in.
Oh boy.
Sharon, Carl, why don't you bring us a table and some chairs, and we'll have a seat. Perhaps bring up some ale if you like. Please, have a seat. And so within a few moments, a couple people come out with like this like table that seats 6 and 7 chairs, and you kind of like, she invites you to have a seat and says, now we'll have to begin with a little bit of trust, like I said. I'm going to have to ask your permission to perform a little bit of magic, which I hope you will trust me on, and we can keep between us. I'm going to have all of you roll, what do we call this? I guess this would be a straight intelligence check.
Oh,
Yuck.
I'd also like to roll insight just beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Okay, so thanks for serving me.
That's not gonna do it. That's
Okay.
Okay.
24.
I gotta.
But here's my intelligence check though. Oh well.
I rolled a
Staci's
3.
thinking about coffee right now.
I gotta
She's
say-
thinking about how much she wants coffee right now.
12 for intelligence.
Okay. Jezebel?
16 for the intelligence. I didn't roll for insight, but I could.
Yeah. If anybody wants to make any other rolls right now,
Okay,
feel free
sure.
and just let me know.
I will
what
do
you're
that as
rolling.
well. So insight.
So mine was an 11 for the intelligence, and then I just crit failed the insight. So she's really thinking about
Yeah.
coffee.
17.
Ooh.
Wow.
17 for the insight, so 16 and 17.
Okay. Bill?
I rolled a 3 intelligence.
Great. MK?
17.
Okay. And then Zaltana, you said a 24 intelligence?
Sorry, 23. I did math wrong. 23 for both insight and intelligence.
Fuck you!
Okay.
Like, go fuck yourself!
I'm smart.
We all
Yeah.
have our talent.
Stop being smart. Stop it.
With those, okay, with anybody who got sort of those 16s and 17s on insight, this person is incredibly charming. They're a leader. And they know how to talk, and they know how to play with words. Zaltana, you also pick up that this is a very magical person, and she carries a number of magical artifacts. She keeps bringing up the word truth and trust and truth, and tell me the truth, and you must trust me. You have a feeling that she's going to cast a spell that involves that. She also has couple of magical rings and some magical weapons on her that you can tell from that insight and intelligence sort of combo. Now, you are perfectly welcome to be on your way.
Okay, great, let's go. I was kidding.
Mean, well, we
I'll
can't.
sit back down.
Because Lauren's in.
I know. Yeah, no, I know. I was trying to be funny. I was trying to lighten the mood.
Oh, yeah.
I'll sit back down.
No need
Sorry,
to
I'm
lighten
just
the mood,
kinda-
Bill.
Yeah.
I told you, I have a -2 to charisma.
Zaltana just has her eye kind of like focused on this half-orc woman, and she will nod and smile and say, "Perhaps we'll get to know each other a little better, so it will soothe your heart when we do take our leave."
I would enjoy that. Now, anybody who wishes not to play, please step 20 feet away.
Okay, I know what's going on. Also,
I do jump out of character, but...
Well, maybe if we know what the rules are, we can determine if we'd be good at the game, and then we can maybe. I just think it would be
Bill, are
more
you good
fair
at cards?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Bill
You're
doesn't want to
welcome.
be here, but he doesn't want to leave the babies alone with the grifter.
You're welcome not to play.
Play.
Oh, I'm playing.
Zaltana
You
already
said
takes a
playing
seat.
with words?
Yeah, I sit next to Zaltana, but I mimic
I'm in.
whatever she's doing.
So, you see this woman cast a spell,
Fuck.
and you can try to save on it if you like.
Yes.
She's casting
Okay.
Zone of Truth.
Yes.
Of course she is.
She will know if you save because that's in the spell. It's a DC, I think it's a 15. Let me double check.
Is that a
the save on
charisma
that.
save or an intelligence?
It's charisma.
Yes, that counts like a star.
15 is the save.
yes, 16.
What does it say?
Zaltana will voluntarily fail.
Yeah.
I rolled a 16 on the die,
Okay.
+2, so I save.
Okay.
Don't.
I'm just gonna do
I
it. It's
save.
gonna be like.
I'll fail on purpose.
Is your last name Layethe, just like your sister?
Yeah.
You're excused from the game. And you? I hope you don't mind. We don't have such beautiful people come by here very often. You two are excused.
Oops, is that addressed at?
Sorry, that was Jezebel.
I
And
was assuming the people who saved.
yeah.
Well, I do appreciate the compliment, but I'm such a lover of games.
Unfortunately, we need a modicum of truth and understanding to participate.
Who said I ever told a lie in my life?
Nobody. I still do not trust you.
Fair enough.
And
I'm really sorry, Jazz,
I
but
don't know how to play this.
I wouldn't be able to defend you there. You're really good at lying. You're like really good at it.
You already lied a lot in the last like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Basically, everything I said was
couldn't
more or less
tell.
the truth.
I really couldn't tell until Bill pointed it out. Like, I think you're just really spectacular with lying.
Okay, let me play with words. Fine. I'll step out.
you're welcome to still choose to fail if you want. But if you want to pass, she knows.
Okay, fine. Then I will fail.
Okay.
I forgot
If
that
you
you
don't
would
want me a
know
part
that.
of the game, can I at least go see Lauren?
Not until we're finished playing.
That's just making me angry.
And she sort of looks over the 6 people standing there with weapons. I'm upset to hear that. I could call some more of my friends up to assist that, perhaps.
That will not be necessary. We're already seated to play your game. Shall we continue?
We shall. She pulls out a deck of cards and says, "We'll play one by one. Why don't we take turns? It's a simple game. High card wins. The one with the high card asks a question. The other one answers."
The exact wording of Zone of Truth, if you don't mind.
Yeah, definitely.
Like how truth is true.
Well, you have to
Okay,
be
I will tell you because it's very interesting. On a fail save, a creature can't speak a deliberate lie while in the radius. You know whether
It's not truth serum. It's
No.
not like you have to spill your details.
you
It's just
cannot
can't.
say
around it.
anything, right? Yes.
Great.
If you choose not to answer the question, you're out of the game. I will play against all 5 of you.
Great.
If I
Let's
remain at the end, you leave here, under force if necessary, without your sister.
Wait, how does winning and losing work?
If you choose not to answer a question, you're out of the game.
But are you gonna choose not to answer a question?
Of course not. I love sharing.
So either you win or we stay here for eternity? What? I hate this game.
Regardless,
I'm
you're
sorry.
gonna
Let
win,
me
right?
rephrase.
If you win,
Is there how do I win? How do I win and you lose?
by me refusing to answer a question,
You just said you're not gonna do that, so this game is rigged.
perhaps you will
just gotta
find the
answer
question.
the right question.
Right. Right.
If you win, I will let you inside. Do we have an accord?
Oh. Sure.
Cool.
Wonderful. Who would like to go first?
I will.
Great. So she deals.
Not letting the tiny one go first.
She deals herself a card and you a card, and it's a simple D10. And we will.
D10?
Yeah,
Okay.
I pulled out all the D20s.
it's not a D10.
Yeah, I'm like, I need to
Okay.
find my D10.
Okay.
God, okay.
I rolled an 8.
She flips her card. Deuces. You can go ahead and ask a question. And also, she's let herself be under the spell as well, so she will
Okay.
tell the truth.
Okay.
And you know that because everybody under Zone of Truth knows.
He like kind of nods his head towards whatever. Do we see where they came from? Where this entrance to this?
Yeah,
place
you
is?
did. You saw there was like sort of like a hatch hidden in the ground
Right.
under a bunch of scraggly bush. Yeah.
Cool. He like nods his head towards where they went and says, "What's down there?"
Well, that's my home.
That one.
Great.
Who's next?
Excellent.
Roll a d10.
Okay. 10.
Shit. I rolled a 5. Go ahead and ask a question.
Why are you angry with Lauren?
There's no other way that you would know of this place other than her saying something.
That seems short-sighted of you.
A little bit.
Didn't really ask for your opinion, but I thank you for it.
And here I am giving it.
Who would like to play next?
I shall go next. Oh, Pog? 10.
Y'all! Roll the 6.
You
Go
are
ahead.
doing 5 against 1 odds.
I know.
I'm getting really nervous for when we have to eventually go.
Are you involved with the fracas that occurred in Daronia?
Yes. And you? Shall we? Pull a card.
Got a 2.
Roll the 6 again.
Knew it was gonna
She had to
happen.
get one eventually. Yeah, she had to get one eventually, guys.
Yeah.
Who sent you here?
We sent ourselves.
Why?
Thought it was one question.
Yeah, I thought that was a one-question
question.
policy.
All right, shall we start from the
Wait.
top?
No, it's your turn.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I forgot
I
that
said
you were.
we'd fail.
Yeah, you said you'd fail. Okay.
Alright, I got a 10 as well.
I'm heated.
Stop
I-
rolling
yeah.
10s. Okay, I rolled a 5. Go ahead.
Chat's back in ads for like 5 or 6. They're not thrilled.
What?
The chat keeps saying that they have more ads now. They're
getting
not thrilled about it.
Tons of ads.
Oh.
I wonder if I can
Okay.
in mod
I
view
will.
change it.
I will at break. Try and turn it off. Sorry, y'all. I have no idea how to deal with that, but I'll try and figure it out at break. Yes. If you missed, the most important thing that happened so far is that this woman, nobody's asked her name or anything yet, has said yes to were you involved in the fracas in Dronia.
So my question is, who would you say you're the closest to among your group of... And she kind of like gestures at the hideout place.
We do not get close to each other.
Fair.
Smart. Smart.
Mm-hmm.
Then I wonder why Lauren was singled out.
Because
You
you
did
are
come
her
out first.
brother,
Because you.
Well,
and
you
you
came out with her
showed up
first.
at my door.
But you came out with her first.
I came out with the 7 people nearest me.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I think that guy over there
now they're
told us
back.
what that you guys were here.
What?
Maybe that guy did. Maybe it was just some random guard. Maybe you're wrong about Lauren being the only person who could have revealed this place existed.
Seems weird that the two of you recognize each other. I've had no other recognition from the rest of my team, have I?
Weird,
Weird.
yeah,
Because
but
I'm
it's
a-
circumstantial.
That's also because I'm a shit liar.
He really is.
Okay. And yet you're the only one who refused to be compelled to tell the truth.
Yeah.
To be fair, you also asked him to step out of the game, so
It's true.
perhaps
Yeah, you
your
specifically-
short-sightedness continues, madam.
No, it's okay. You guys are doing really great. I hate cards. I'm better with rocks.
Shall we move to the top of the round?
Hell yeah.
Perhaps we introduce ourselves on this round.
Perhaps not.
Dale is digging. Okay. Wonderful. Draw a card.
7.
Shoot, I rolled a 7. Let's pull another.
Great. 5.
6!
Oh,
Ask away, ma'am. M'lady.
Milady?
oh no!
It's already started. Oh
Tips the
no.
fedora. Gross. How did you know we were here?
We knew you were here. Would you like me to specifically say it wasn't Lauren again, or do you... Okay. We asked some questions, and more than just you and your folks know you are here. So we found out by asking.
Above game. That's not really the truth.
Yeah?
No, the first time you heard about this was from Jessup out of the blue, and then MK told you.
It
Oh,
needs to have
I'm
some
sorry.
degree of
Person
truth.
say?
It needs to
The
have some
person
degree
you
of
captured
truth.
in
No,
Vision
I
Not
mean-
the
Shadow?
whole truth.
There was that
I mean-
person in the forest that one time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He was going this way, and we asked where he was going and that sort of thing. So
That's
Also-
the issue with Zone of Truth, is
Yeah.
that
I mean,
can't get around
yeah,
it.
so we asked questions, we did, but also your mage Jessup.
Wait, one out of above table question.
Mm-hmm.
Can the random guard that I pointed to, be the guard that we interrogated a while back?
yeah, if he's here.
No.
Although he said
It's
he
not.
was random
They
dudes.
killed him.
Absolutely
He's
not.
dead.
It's definitely
I
not.
was really hoping he was still around.
It's definitely not.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
If anybody wants to roll me an insight check on mentioning the name Jessup, you can.
Yes.
I will
Absolutely.
gladly do so.
I
Yeah, why
will.
not?
Yes.
Eventually, I have to roll above a 10, right?
I will do it versus
Eventually.
her.
Nope. not
I
this
rolled an
one.
18.
I got a 16.
I also
Again,
rolled an 18.
At this point, Staci's
9.
looking at, instead it's an orc, she's looking at the orc and she's like, I wonder if she likes coffee. I wonder if she'd like to get a coffee.
Now you know how I felt last week.
I thought you
I
would.
thought, no.
Did anybody beat a 19?
No.
No,
No.
God.
Her face is stone.
Great. It's a good look for you.
Oh my
You're
god.
Bill is going through a fucking cycle over here.
Bill gives no fucks
At
anymore.
that, you do see her sort of look to, like, her people and just sort of, like, do a little nod. Like a get ready nod.
Oh no.
Do I
Question
see other
time.
people, like everyone grabbing their weapons?
They're ready. Like,
Oh, I grab mine.
No, sit down. This
Well,
is not
okay. Well,
escalating.
I don't grab it and like ready to swing it. I grab it as if it's a staff and lean on it.
Mm.
they're doing the 6 of them outside the hatch are doing the, like, you know, like the close up in a movie where you see people's, like, hand twitch near their weapons.
Yeah.
Like, they're,
Mhm,
like,
mhm.
ready.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm just leaning on it.
the
Hello.
tension.
How close
I wanna
am I to
invite
this group?
Uh,
What is the distance between myself and everybody?
I would say about 40 feet. So there's the edge of the water. The hatch is maybe like we're like on Lost. We're kind of on Lost. The hatch is like 10 feet in from the water, and it's like this sort of like, I don't know, 10-foot wide hatch that came out of the ground, and people you could tell came from underground. And you're sitting around this table they had brought up maybe like 40 feet away. You remember that? I can show you the map. F it, I'll show you the map. There's not too much going on it right now, but we might as well. Please hold for the map.
Map?
Da-da-da-da.
I just want to know for me.
Okay, so that's where you're set up. The table is over sort of where MK is, just on the other side of this broken tree. The hatch is there now, as you can sort of see, that you hadn't
That's the
seen
hatch?
before. Yeah, that's the hatch, yeah. And then, so just over where sort of MK is where you're seated around the table, and then there's 6, looks like, you know, experienced enough, equipped enough fighters standing around that hatch. And it was suggested. Lauren's there, but Lauren's not there. Lauren's inside now.
So we're quite close to one another at this table, though.
Yes, the 6 of you are around a table with this person.
Also, if Fernell's looking twitchy, I want to like yell over to him and be like, if you do something rash or violent, there is a good chance that this fine woman will kill your sister. Please don't do anything rash if you don't want that to happen.
Well, that's the first cogent thing I've heard you say, my friend. For that,
Yeah. Play the game.
may I introduce myself? I know you're all reticent to tell me your names, and that's just fine. It's likely for trespassers to not want to be identified. But my name is Kura, and so far it's really been a pleasure.
Harmed, I'm sure.
I'm sure, too.
Who's next?
Who's next?
Yeah, I love this game. Someone else go.
Yeah,
I'm
go
enjoying
ahead.
this
I'm next.
immensely.
While they're playing, Stella,
Yeah.
I would like to cast message at Fernell.
Yep.
And I'm gonna do it subtly, so I'll roll a stealth check.
Yeah. Do you
got an
have subtle spell as a sorcerer?
I do, but I don't want to.
You don't use it? Okay, then I'll go ahead roll versus perception.
Fuck yeah. 21.
Oh, I rolled an 18 on the die. Let me just double check her perception. +3. So it's a 21.
The tie.
So it's meter beat.
Tie. Yeah, so she...
I could use my Tides of Chaos and re-roll and try and get a higher roll.
Yeah, you can if you want.
Alright.
I hope one of us has to roll on the magic table and then explodes or something during this game.
My dice fell on the floor.
Kind of hope it doesn't
take it
because I
higher.
feel like that would be worse.
It'd be funny.
I got just
Funny.
one high.
Did
just
you?
one higher. Yes. I just got one
Is
higher. but
Tides
now I
of
have to roll
Chaos
on the magic
considered
table.
a sorcery magic situation?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. What were you at? 2 today? From the
2.
fight? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Oh wait, no, I have to roll d20 first before I roll d100. What am I doing?
Yeah. Let's see.
16.
Okay. So you were at 3. She just barely, I think she sees you sort of shift in your chair and she, looks at you and then turns back to MK, but go ahead and tell me the message.
She covers her... Zaltana covers her mouth and she says, Fernell, we're going to be okay. Trust us. Just be ready.
I can't reply back.
Nope.
Not on message.
But you hear like a heavy sigh from Fernell, and just
Nice.
just sitting there, standing there. I guess.
She pulled an 8 on the card.
As did I.
Ooh,
Ah!
roll off.
Fear.
Rolled a 9 that time.
It's you.
Okay. Now, I would like for us to be friends. But I will tell you honestly, truthfully, and sort of laughs at that. If you think that you've gotten some sort of good intel from Jessup, who you call my mage, you are much mistaken, and you are certainly on the wrong path if you are following their words.
I want to insight check that. What is up with that tone?
Yeah, me too. I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like you don't like Jessup.
Nope, that's a 10.
Ooh, that's actually not a bad roll.
I'll do one too.
I mean,
No.
she's untruth. It cannot be, I can give you more, but it cannot be untrue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a 17.
I mean,
I'm getting the impression that you think he's a bit of a wiener, which seems to be the first thing that we have in common. I too think he's a wiener, and good for nothing.
Yeah, he's rude.
Annoying.
they're much more than rude, and perhaps I'm understanding why you have approached with such, shall we say, inhospitable words, if you're following their guidance.
Who's being inhospitable? I just thought we were being cavalier.
My insight check was specifically on her tone, not necessarily whether or not she's telling the truth. I think Zaltana is satisfied that she is.
Yeah.
It's more on her general demeanor when Jessup was brought up.
I think, things changed from, this is a silly game to once she started talking about Jessup, she's like, this is, going to be a problem. The tone changed from, you get the sense that this is their game, and eventually people just leave if they ever come by here, which they don't, right? But, oh my god, we have a character coming up called Dingle the Dagnificent.
Season 2.
I like
Two
only
NPCs.
Jenna.
Magical
Only
spell
Jenna can
names.
make that character.
Yep.
Wow.
Great.
Wow.
Oh, I love you, Jenna.
That's gonna happen. Cool.
Season 2 NPC, everybody.
Yeah,
Thank
love
you.
it.
We
Amazing.
appreciate it.
We already had
MK's new pet.
Fantasia, the the peddler, so now we've got Dingle.
Haberdasher.
Well, yeah. Okay. Yeah, her tone changed, and now, like, she's definitely, like, stopped. In a way, she's still fucking with you because she's that type, but she's, like, definitely, like, a little bit more like, oh, I understand why you've come here kind of vibe if Jessup's involved. Like, this is shit. Where were we? Did I win
You
that
were
one?
going to ask me a question?
Yes.
You did.
Okay.
You know what? I've grown tired of this game.
So
We win!
Have you come here chasing down that book?
I mean, you said it.
That's too far away from an answer. That is like neither. That's nothing.
I like books.
I love you. I can't.
If we have to, are we
This is
good?
MK truthfully answering, though. I feel like she's just...
Saying
If
things
we
that are
tell
true.
you,
Yeah.
are we
Yeah.
good? Like, Fernell is just, like, in the back, just like, yeah.
For now.
I doubt we're good.
There is nothing good about this situation, my new friends.
True. On that,
now
we
we're
can
friends.
also
To
agree.
see the Dragon Lake. Why is everyone so touchy?
You, my little friend, if I'm not
Don't call me
mistaken,
little.
you, my
A little
great
rude
and
that you called
powerful
Layethe.
friend, are a druid, if I'm not mistaken.
Harshly.
Do you not sense what is going on around here?
Enlighten me.
Sorry, you cut out just for a second.
Enlighten me.
I'm disappointed in your education if you do not
Hey
know
now.
what happens around the scar.
I mean, not anything good.
That's the crux of it. You've hit on it. Bravo. Now I'm going to ask you once to keep moving.
I thought we were playing a game.
We
Have
can
a
keep
second
playing
turn.
for as long as you want, but I feel like it will drag on. I will promise you, and sort of turns to Fernell, nothing ill will happen to Lauren.
We're not leaving here without her.
I think you likely are.
No.
I think we should play the game more.
I
Zaltana's
got a
gonna
couple
pipe
questions.
up. Oh? You wanna ask your question first?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Should I play the thing or just ask?
You can.
ask,
You.
she's
I
just-
feel like she's sort of like over it, but you're still in the
Okay,
zone of
she's
truth.
over
It
it.
has 10 minutes, so like 3 or 4 more questions, it'll wear off anyway. But
Okay.
yes, yeah.
Fernell steps up
So-
to the table and puts his hand on it. It's just like, deal me in.
What?
All right. Well, it seems to be your friend's turn, but you're welcome to join in.
So, how did Jessup fuck you over after you hired him to seal the book?
You have that so wrong on so many levels. I'm somewhat disappointed.
Insight check then?
I mean, you can. It's
I mean,
true.
obviously she's telling the
Yeah.
truth,
Yeah,
but
it's
Yeah.
not a truth.
Yeah, you can go ahead and.
no, I'm trying to.
Yeah, ask me, like, what do you want to know, and you can roll an insight on that.
So the wrong on so many levels. Obviously, that was kind of a shot in the dark, but I wanted to see what her reaction would be to saying that she worked with him more than just saying they were their mage. I was more trying to elicit an honest reaction, I guess, of the thought of her having to hire Jessup to get a book. It implies several things at once, that she can't do it herself, that she was fucked over by Jessup, who she clearly thinks is beneath her in some way. And also I was slightly curious if that actually happened, because, might as well ask.
That was a good shot in the dark. Go ahead and roll me insight, and I'll, like, just at least give you a vibe.
That is a 19.
Oh, okay. Let me just roll.
Yeah, my insight is +3, right?
You know what? Just for rolling a 19,
Yes.
I'll give you the vibe on what she said about that.
Okay.
She, it's not so much that she's like, it's about skill or about like who's better than whom at like stealing a book. She's like, it's not insult, it's like offense that you would say that she would even work with Jessup.
Yeah, they have history.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't understand the like sort of extent of that history, but obviously there's something going on there.
I mean, well, now we have confirmation they're connected. Okay.
If we're just playing free-for-all Zone of Truth now, I gotta ask, you got the book down there?
I have many books down there.
Oh.
Okay, I'll go rapid fire. Do you have the book that we're looking for that got stolen down in that there bunker?
I believe it's your friend Fernell's turn. He just dealt himself in.
Doesn't Staci have to go again? Or did I?
Zaltana.
No,
also
I did go last. Never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, let's we'll just have each of you,
Yeah.
the 10 minutes is sort of coming to an end. We'll have each of you ask one more question, and she'll just sort of ask in response. Whatever order you decide amongst yourselves.
I think Fernell probably could go before Staci, because with how Staci has so far been rolling, aside from that one check, she is so enthralled about the idea of coffee that she is spaced out.
A lot at night. It happens.
Actually, I think I want Fernell to be more towards the last. He doesn't have to be the last person, but I think he was more heated rather than focusing on the rules of the game. So he's like still trying to maintain like a stern face while looking down at the card, saying like, "Wait, how did they do? Wait, who's winning?" So he's gonna be like, I'm still thinking about my question, so you should pass it to someone else.
Think quick. This charm effect is coming to its end, unfortunately.
Oh, I have a question. I just need to word it right.
I am going to be annoying wizard at you, Stella. Could you remind me of the name of the book?
Yes, it's called A Midwinter's Fall by Force Shutterlance.
Enlighten me then, madam. Why would a group like yours require a powerful magical artifact called... I've already immediately forgot it because Val ADHD, but she would name that.
It's a Shakespeare joke.
It's the original edition of the play, A Midwinter's Fall, aka A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Yeah.
My ADHD brain was like, you don't remember that name anymore. So her question is, why would your group want with a powerful magical artifact manuscript of Midwinter's Fall here this close to the scar?
We don't want it.
Good.
That helps. And you see Zaltana nod, and she's like, that is quite curious. I'd like to know more.
And while we're at it, it's been many years. You could tell this woman's not like old. She's probably in her 40s.
Okay.
So like many years to her probably means like a decade or something.
And Staci, what were, if you remember, sorry, I guess this is out of character, but I think you told Jezebel this so she would know, especially since it would have been recent. What were the 6 people from Asterie, the first yearbook? I know there was a gnome and Jessup's mom, so that would be an elf.
Yeah, so there was, oh gosh. I have to
Dragonborn that went to Daronia area.
Dragonborn, human, sorry, I have to go pull it up in the message.
Oh, I can pull it up too pretty easily if you want.
And when you say she's half orc, are we assuming the other half is human, or is it half something else?
She appears to be half elf, half orc.
Okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't...
Elf, dragonborn, halfling, fearbolg, human, gnome.
Okay.
So she says to Zaltana, it's been many years since I've seen a fearbolg.
Well, we do enjoy our close communities.
Yes. Are you from Arburn?
That is where I am from.
I would love to speak more and find out how you found yourself so far south. Now we have but a few seconds left on this charm. My elven friend, did you have something to say?
You like going out for coffee?
You know what? I adore coffee.
So do I!
and there's about 10 seconds left on the charm. You can feel it start to sort of like mist off of you. Fernell, if you have something quick to ask.
Okay. Yeah, I got it. So I pick this card, and if it's higher than yours, then I can ask a question, and if it's lower, then you can ask a question.
We've stopped playing the game. Ask a question.
Oh, okay. What do I have to do to get 5 minutes to talk to Lauren?
Simply ask. Did your sister tell you we were here?
No.
And you kind of feel the last of the charm disperse. If you wouldn't mind waiting here for a moment, I'd be happy to send Lauren out. Please, I ask you, no shenanigans.
We would
None shall
never.
And you see, I do, like, everyone in the party, I think, will see Zaltana immediately relax. She doesn't look concerned at all.
So this woman actually, she stands up and does the, when you, put your hands on the table like this and, leans in, does a bit of a, assertive sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to introduce myself. My name is Kura. You have found the claw. We are one of the hideouts of the group known as the Seam. I'm not ignorant enough to think that you didn't know that. What I'd like to know is how you found out and how Jessup is involved. And then perhaps we can talk about this much enamored book you speak of.
Cool.
Again,
Easy enough.
Please, I beg of you, nobody needs to die today. I ask you to keep your weapons in their holsters and your magics held. I'll bring Lauren out for a conversation. And she sort of walks back to the hatch, whispers a few words to the 6 people out here. They take a few steps forwards to you to close the gap a bit. They don't draw weapons or anything, but they come a bit closer. She goes into the hatch. You're alone for a few minutes with these people standing maybe about 15 feet away, if you want to have a little conversation.
Immediately after, she walks away from her, bangs his fist on his hip, damn it! I could have just asked. I didn't need to play the stupid game. You guys weren't even playing the game.
Could you remind me of the composition of the people there?
Yeah, so there is a human, a gnome, a halfling, 2 humans, a gnome, a halfling. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4. There is an elf and another half-orc.
Does Fernell know giant?
Oh, fuck. No, primordial.
Okay, that's fine then. Then she wouldn't.
Damn.
She wouldn't.
I know primordial too.
Same.
Really?
Nice.
I know. Faye.
Zaltana would just relax and kind of look at Fernell. She's like, I think there is more than meets the eye with this.
I will apologize as well. I thought getting the focus on me by making some crafting references would maybe take the heat off Fernell, so he could talk to Lauren. Clearly, that did not go as I planned.
No, you guys, it's fine. I know we're doing this whole thing with this kind of job with the book and things. When I saw Lauren, all that kind of flew out the window. And
She's your
honestly,
family.
How long has she been
course.
gone?
well, it's not that she's been gone. I left.
But you were asking the haberdasher if she'd seen her, so I was under the impression that she had also left.
Well, I mean, okay. So long story short, she kind of is our kind is not really supposed to go out of our own tribe. Supposedly, she's one of the few people who kind of just does it because she likes to adventure. She's really good at it. and I wanted to do the same thing, but I'm not as good as her. And I feel like I got her in trouble last time she saved me from my group that died. So I just thought she was still adventuring around, and maybe I could run into her while we were doing our thing.
So how long had you two not been adventuring together?
Oh, well, I guess it's been about a little over a year now.
So she's ingratiated herself into these ranks fairly quickly. Interesting.
Well, she apparently was in a group before, but I don't know if it was this one or not. She never told me about it, but...
Did they also have a single word moniker?
I have no idea.
That's a noun?
That's
just been amusing me.
I don't know. Look,
right.
I'm sorry. I got a little tunnel vision there.
Fernell, she's your sister. She's your family. I would be surprised if you weren't.
Yeah, you did pretty well, all things considered. I mean, you don't even go charging in there with an axe.
Yeah, which, again, I also would not have blamed you for.
It is really fun.
I think you did good.
Hold off, I'm sure we'll get there later today.
It's nice
Cool.
that you have a close relationship, or at least want to, with your sister.
Yeah, it's kind of like the only close relationship I have. I mean, kind of aside from my mom, but, you know.
Well, you have us now.
Yeah, you guys are kind of like closer to me than my actual family, which is kind of weird.
Oh.
Relatable.
I mean, weird in a good way. I don't mean in a bad way. I mean, it's good weird.
I too enjoy all of your presence.
You see the hatch
I look
open.
at Zaltana and I wink.
So subtle.
Pops.
Oh, I wasn't trying to be subtle.
I look at MK and wink.
Everyone is winking.
Evan winks.
Is there pollen in the air, guys?
I actually
A
can't
lot.
wink also.
I don't. It's like you see, like Fernell kind of like by osmosis starts doing it. It's just like maybe there is something around here.
Cheers.
Lauren and Kura start walking towards you, and Kura sort of like puts her arm on Lauren's shoulder and says, "I'll be but a few feet away. Please enjoy your time with your brother and his friends."
Yeah, friends.
Yeah. Very good friends, yes.
And she walks away and stands like, you know, that 40 feet away, sort of like right by the hatch, sort of like just like chilling, like, you know, picking the dirt out of her nails with a dagger.
I run up and like do the big like scoop hug.
Whee!
Like,
and you pick her up and do the swing around, and like she's like, you know, had some gains.
Yeah.
Like it's like, you know, a little bit harder, and you can tell she's been out ranging, she's been out working hard. She's like strong and tough. Like she always was, but even more now. You can tell that she's been working hard since, you know, the year or so that you haven't seen her. And she says, "Fernell, my goodness, I don't know. What are you doing? How did you get here? You should not be here."
I wanted to try the thing you do. And
You don't want to try the thing I do. You
you
tried.
do it well.
Yes, I do it well. And look, this is neither the time nor the place, but how are you still doing this after what happened to you and your former group? I thought you'd see some reason and stay home.
Why would I go back home? Our family is already hated by pretty much all of the tribe. I nearly killed some of the kids of my parents' friends.
And now you're out here trying to do it again?
To be fair, almost died.
What? Sorry, you cut out again.
Stupid microphone.
So sorry.
Yeah, I almost died twice.
Yeah.
There's no other person I'd rather stand in peril with than Fernell, Layethe.
I understand that. Nor would I. But I don't think you understand. Everybody wants to stand with him. And last time they did, they died. I'm sorry, Fernell. You can't just go
together.
running around the world like this. You have no idea what you've stepped in.
What I'm doing now is better than how I've lived for the past 18 years. And I thought I saw that in you when you went off and did your thing. So I wanted to try and do something more than be a disgrace to not just my family, but the whole tribe.
Fernell, you're not a disgrace. Nobody thinks you're
Yes,
a disgrace.
I am. Yes, I am. Even you sound like Dad. You sound like I'm out here just doing whatever I want to do because I have no thought behind it. Well, no, I have thought behind it.
What thought?
I feel like shit
What
whenever
thought
I'm
have
with
you
my
had?
own family.
You've stepped into something you can't imagine, Fernell. Look, your father is rarely right. And I'll be the first to admit that. But he's right. You can be foolish, and whatever has led you here is foolish for now. You shouldn't be here. None of you should be here. You should walk away. I'm fine for now. Look at me. I'm capable. I don't make foolish decisions. I look before I leap. I'm doing something very important here, and I don't want you in the line of fire.
Well, I'm fine too. I also look before I leap. And you want to know why? It's because you do what you do.
What do you want? What are you doing here? What do you need? How can I get you to move on?
Give
I
us
want
the
to
book.
keep doing what I do.
Well, we're trying to
I
help
need
people.
you to trust that I can do it.
For now, I would have trusted you if you would have come in sneakily, if you would have found word, if you would have had any idea what you were stepping your big feet into.
We didn't know you guys were here.
That's the problem. That in itself is the problem.
Character, we did know, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I cannot figure out if you've forgotten that or if I'm just losing my mind. But okay.
Well,
No,
I mean,
think me and character were
Fernell's
keeping us
not.
alive.
Yeah,
Okay,
Fernell's not.
sorry.
Yeah.
There is a great amount of chaos left in your wake. All we wanted to do was help. If what you are doing here is truly better than what is occurring in Daronia right now, we'll be more than happy to leave. But we don't know, as you said. And can you blame us, in the wake of that chaos, to not come and attempt to fix it?
I respect that you're trying to fix things. I really do. I started out that way too. But I've learned that you can't just step in it. You need people with more power. You need to work your way to the top. You need to be careful. I don't think you even understand. Do you even know what's happening in Daronia right now?
Oh yeah.
We
Your
just kinda saw it
game
with
is
our own eyes.
my entire life. Sometimes you don't get that far. Especially when you lose yourself. How long you been here?
I've been working for this team about 2 years. Seriously,
2 years.
for the past year or so.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
I've proven myself, and I've gotten to know Cora, and she trusts me, and that's a big deal.
Mhm.
And I'm worried that after today, that trust is going to be gone.
But do you think that Cora is a bad person?
Yeah, what exactly do you think you're working for here?
I can promise you Cora is not a bad person.
You guys want with the
Subjective.
book.
And you know we're not either. Lauren, we're actually trying to help out, and whether you think it's foolish or not, I think this is an issue that we just need all the help that we can get. So
Actual
if you know
harm.
we're not bad people, and you know that Cora's not bad people, maybe us not bad people could work together to figure something out.
Tell me this. What's your goal here?
To not end the world?
It's a good
The
goal.
world.
It's an
I've
excellent
To
seen
stop
the
some of the chaos that was caused?
I've seen the harm a powerful, potent magical artifact could do upon an individual.
That's true.
What do you
I
mean?
do not wish for that to be upon the people of Daronia.
What? What do you mean?
Think
I will
we're
only say
here
that.
for? We're all talking in circles so much, I am starting to wonder. if perhaps there has been a bit of a misunderstanding.
Look, it's very clear. You've mentioned it. Cora told me. You know about the book. It's here, and it's safe for now. She doesn't want it. Nobody should have it. That's the whole point.
I believe we're under the same sort of idea.
Mm-hmm.
First question, why did you not stop to help Daronia? Your whole thing is, well, you say your whole thing is about saving the world and Asterie in peace? People in Daronia are killing themselves, or killing each other, I should say. And now that's not necessarily... You didn't cause the thing, I suppose, but you removing the thing that was causing the thing did cause the thing. That's a lot of things. The rats. So I guess what I'm saying is I'm not sure how y'all are helping Asterie if you just take something away and then leave chaos in your wake. At least we're trying to help with that. And y'all are all about staying in the shadows and secrecy and keeping it away from everyone else. Do you ever think the ordinary person maybe could help? And that by having all this secrecy, you just keep creating these sort of situations where everyone's fighting one another because they're all in secret groups to try and save the world, but then they think everyone else is doing the opposite of that? Look,
That's pretty much what led us here.
Jessup was a dick. I did not like them very much at all. Cora does not seem to like them very much at all. They did not apparently have the book, and they clearly were running for the hills. So
If
I would
it
like
helps,
to know.
we did kick their ass.
Yeah, we did
yeah.
a lot,
Twice.
and they deserved it twice.
Twice.
Great.
And I must say that out of the two of them, I'm more inclined to like Cora, and I suppose you by extent. So if we could just lay our cards on the table, your friend loves cards, and she loves tables, and she loves truth, that would be my opinion.
And coffee.
That is
And
very
coffee.
important.
We do have a lot of coffee to offer. Possibly knowledge, but definitely coffee.
Is Staci okay?
I don't think she is.
Oh, sweet girl.
Coffee. Look, I've been given permission to tell you some things. Some things I don't know. But I will tell you we have this book. I will tell you on one thing you're wrong. No, ordinary people can't help. And also, no, it's not our responsibility to run into Daronia and help those fools sort themselves out. I'm sorry, but there are bigger things to deal with right now.
Like what?
Yes. Why did you take it?
Because there are people much more dangerous than us looking for it. The best we can do is to keep it hidden.
Right, that's all we've been hearing. This dangerous group is looking for it. This dangerous group is looking
who?
for it. So why don't we help? Who's looking for him? Is it another sewing circle?
I have a question on related to that, but perhaps a way to focus the actual question, because I know this can be quite frustrating speaking to strangers. You mentioned that you took this to prevent another group from taking it. It has remained in the safekeepings of Daronia for several, however long is it? Is it millennia?
No, only
Yeah.
like 200 years.
For 200 years. Is this group a new threat that's just emerged and that's why you acted?
What? Out of character question.
Yeah.
Was it the Dragonborn that was trying to take everything and put it in public, and then everyone else wanted to hide it?
Yeah. So the one
And the Dragonborn came here.
Yeah, so the note you
Right.
had from Fallon Shutterlands was that her plan for her item was to hide it in plain sight. She thought that was the best idea. And then other people a couple of the other ones were like, I'm going to dig it deep down in the earth, and others were like, that's a bad idea. It was sort of felt like infighting about what was happening from these notes, basically. So Lauren says, look, here's the thing. There is more going on in this continent than you could possibly understand. There's more than I can understand. There are objects like this book floating around that if they all got into the hands of one person, there would be certain disaster. You think one small city having some fistfights every night is a problem? That's nothing.
Well, no, but I'm getting real tired of people telling me, especially people younger than me, that there's stuff that I will never be able to understand because they don't want to say it. I'm turning into Bill. Bill, you're rubbing off on me.
the more people that
That
know,
does sound like a lot like that.
the more people that know, the more people are in danger. The whole point of this organization, you can see you're sort of like getting frustrated. The whole point of this organization is that it's secret. There are...
Keeping a secret. A lot of people know
It's
about
not
it.
very good at being a secret.
Okay, well, you found us, okay? Way to fucking go. I'll give you a gold medal on your way out.
Basically found it because someone was walking in the woods and told us. Everyone knew about this. It took like 3 seconds to get the name. Oh, like, y'all are pretending to be a secret society. Jesus Christ.
Lauren.
That's not somebody that exists here.
Lauren, I don't mean to be crass.
Oh, please, be crass.
Please, grass.
Please.
You say a small city is having chaos. There is still lives there. At the end of the day, that is still damage and harm. You can quantify it however much you want. But the truth remains the truth.
Then go there. Go. Be a force in Daronia. Stay there for the next few months and help that place to come under control. From the knowledge I have heard, it should only be 6 months to a year. And then perhaps things should calm down as people get used to the absence of the book.
See, this entire conversation could have been completely sorted if you had begun with that. Instead, what we were greeted with is, I'm echoing what Jezebel is saying here. There are all of these factions. Daronia doesn't deserve this. Asterie does not deserve this. And you may think you're the best people to protect this. But with all the chaos I've seen, I know for a fact now, it's only a matter of time before it exchanges hands once more. And we will be on this chess game for God knows however long. And that is the true foolishness.
Then what answer do you have?
Zaltana kind of looks up. Faith in people. That at the very end of it, we do not want to truly destroy each other.
And when
she
that
kinda,
doesn't work, we throw it in a lake.
Y'all are
And when
saying
that
that you don't
does
want
not work,
one
throw it in the lake.
person
She
to
kinda
have them.
smiles.
But having one group have them all doesn't seem like that much better, especially when that group's hiding in the shadows to keep it away from the common folk who need to be protected for their own good. That doesn't sound like a problem to you? That's what you're
Things
against,
should all
right?
just be destroyed.
Yeah, are
let's-
you guys gonna get rid of them once you get them? Like, what if you all have them? Then what does that solve? That just puts them in the hands of one group.
Who checks the checker? Who ensures that you remain on the straight and narrow? I quite enjoy your leader here, Madame Cura. She seems like a sound woman, a wise woman. But but you do not live forever.
Unless someone in your group who does,
Organizations
or has been
will be
around
corrupt.
longer.
First, you're foolish to think throwing an item such as this in a lake would keep those with high magic away from it. And you're foolish to think what? We could set it on fire? Shoot it with
You're
a few
still high and mighty
arrows?
for someone who's been in this group for a year. You could step down, ma'am.
Well, I mean, she's pretty good at what she does. I kind of say like
Don't help her!
No,
What?
I think
help her,
She's
but not...
literally my sister.
Yeah, I think
Guys.
she's feeling
She doesn't get
testy.
to talk to me like that.
I think she's feeling testy because she started out in this game wanting to do good, and now she's doing bad with some bad people, and she feels ashamed about it.
That's what happens when you get in too deep.
Because her
Go in.
brother is standing in front of her, and she's telling him not to do the same.
Look, Lauren, I honestly, I don't care what the reason is why you're with this group. I think that you are genuinely a cool and good person. But, I mean, I'm also your brother. I like to think that you think I'm a genuinely cool and good person too. I think that we can do whatever it is you think we shouldn't.
She sort of lowers her voice and, like, sort of looks back at Kura and then looks back at you and... Look, Fernell, I don't ultimately know what's going to happen, and I only have very little insight into these items. But I do know that they're dangerous, and I trust Kura. Not everybody in the scene is a good person, but I don't know what else to do. Where else would you send a highly dangerous magical item? Where?
I don't know, but we'll look.
I wouldn't steal it in the first place.
Did you come in to start working with the scene to take it down?
No. They're the first group
No.
I found that felt powerful enough to do anything in this world.
What she's saying is she's opportunistic.
Yes, I was under the impression that perhaps she came in here trying to do some good and then was, swayed by their ideals and whatnot. No?
Nah.
Not even that.
Nah.
You're worse than I thought. Sorry, Fernell.
Fernell,
That's pretty mean.
I'm pretty finished talking to your new friends here, and I really hope that you don't feel that way.
I don't. I want to understand. You gotta believe me when I say that we really went through some shit to get here.
I believe you, and
It
I'm
was
asking you what you want. I'm asking you for probably the 4th time today. What do you want, Fernell?
We just want to do something that seems right.
Which is what?
We need your help to do it. We
just want to help.
we don't know what to do with the book. But maybe somebody does. Maybe somebody who's smarter than all of us combined. At the very least, we can look. We can go into whatever corner of Asterie. We can go talk to whoever to make sure that no one else has to get hurt by the effects of not having this book or by having this book. But leaving it here just to kind of wait things out. We saw what it does to people, Lauren. It could happen. It could happen to anyone. It could happen to me.
I know that.
And you know me.
Oh, go ahead.
And you should know that I don't want anything like what happened before to happen again. Especially when I know I can do something about it.
I don't know what to tell you. This group is the most powerful people I've ever come across. And they've shown me a little bit about the other people trying to get this. And it's so much worse. Look, okay.
Probably because none of them have me in it.
Everybody,
The most powerful people, then?
everybody look like we're having a friendly conversation, and we've come to the end of the conversation, okay? Great. Wonderful.
Wow.
So, I don't know. Look. Asterie frowns on the gods, right? But there are certain people who still follow some of the old ways. And some of those people have come to light in the past 6 months or so. And they've started trying to seek out these ancient relics. And they follow Tiamat.
Well, I've always wanted to fight God.
And
You
if
see Zaltana nod, then perhaps there is some degree of plateau between the both of us.
can all of you roll me a history check?
Sure.
Gladly.
Okay.
No.
My mom's a cleric. Would that give me anything?
Some of you will know the basics regardless, but I want to see if you remember something.
Ooh. Total 26 on a nat 20.
Yes!
Oh.
Okay.
13!
On a nat 20.
Roll.
Wow, guys.
Wow.
I rolled 18 on the die with
Okay.
no modifiers, and you guys needed to roll nat 20.
Okay, so
Oh,
let
16.
me... basically, everybody rolled
Do stays.
really well, right?
Everyone, but no, not me.
Except for Which makes sense. You wouldn't have...
Yeah.
This kind of information probably wouldn't have gotten over to Cydonia. But the rest of you would know. There are sort of 6 or were 6 main gods in sort of the pantheon before the Great War. And the legend has it that these 6 gods sort of champions are what got into this big fight and caused the Great Scar and basically took out more than half the population of Asterie 326 years ago. The 6 gods were Orcus, Ioun, Iris, Tiamat, Erebus, and Ambrosi. You know that Tiamat is the sort of great god of greed, jealousy, true, that's the most evil of the pantheon. There are a couple other gods in there that are a little iffy. You would know, for example, Orcus is a god of death. They're often not like, oh, death, it's good, it's another step in life, but sort of the god of the undead and things like that, often represented by a skull. Blackened skull a lot of the times. Whatever.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you know.
I'm not worried about it.
So you start when Lauren brings up...
Shenanigans, guys. Who's who?
Even saying the word Tiamat is almost it's like a curse word. You shouldn't even bring it up. This was the most evil god. There is nothing, there's no remnants of it that you know of around, but you know that it's whispered that these are the most evil people. If there's anybody who's evil, they follow Tiamat. And I will give, I think, Jezebel, what'd you roll?
I rolled 13, unfortunately.
Who?
But I am old, so...
Well, so you know all that anyways, yeah. Or you can kind of have whispers at the table. Who rolled the highest, Zaltana or Staci?
What did you get total?
27. Yeah, I got a 26.
Okay, Zaltana. The 2 of you.
26.
Well, okay, the 3 of you. I'm just going to say a history check. You saw this, or you remembered it, or you talked about it. Very first time you met each other, and there was an animated piece of armor that came to life. There was a stamp on its foot.
I remember that I got that. Sorry.
And it was the symbol of Tiamat. On the day that the book got stolen.
Oh, Lord.
So you feel there's sort of your brain is doing the clicking into place things.
Light bulb.
Yeah, between, stuff that Staci has in her possession. Mention of Tiamat. Mention of the 6 gods. This is the kind of stuff that is completely looked down upon in Asterie. And why don't we give everybody 5 minutes to mull on that?
Oh, yeah. I wish Fernell doesn't even know this, but Vocal is very ecstatic.
So we'll take a quick 6 or 7 minute break, and I'll let you guys have a little side chat if you want to or whatever, and then we'll just say Lauren sort of does that and is okay, Smiles, I didn't say that part to you. And she goes ahead and back to Kura, and you notice...
I have one question for her before she leaves.
Yeah, go ahead, yeah.
How many people are in your base right now?
There's about a dozen. No, there's 13 total, exactly.
Great, thank you.
Yeah. And she says to you, they're all very powerful people. I really don't want this to be a fight, and it shouldn't be. Kura's a good person. Some of these people, like any other group, are in it for blood and in it for the adventure. But Kura keeps a tight ship. And look, I think we can speak with her. I think we can figure this out without anything coming to blows, and I want that to be the case for now. Keep your temper, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Let me go talk to Kura. I think I could convince her to at least have you inside, and we can have a longer discussion.
Coffee help?
Coffee would be great. And we'll take a 5-minute break.
Always help.
And we will be right back. Give us 6 or 7 minutes chat, get your snacks and a drink, and we'll be right back. Yay!
Get your coffee.
BRB.
Please don't drink coffee.
And we're back. Hi, everyone. Thank you for hanging out over the break. We're going to jump right back in without any more ado. I'm bringing in the group. Okay. So,
Yes.
Lauren's walked away, talking to Kura, trying to convince her to, like, just at least let you in and have a longer conversation. You have a few minutes again by yourselves. Do you want to talk about anything?
I think Zaltana will pull everyone close, but before she does, she's going to command Freyr to hop onto Fernell's shoulder.
Nice.
Hey, buddy. I haven't had this little guy on my shoulder for a minute.
I think he likes being tall.
Yeah.
And I think Zaltana just kind of looks at everyone and goes, "You know what? We could use more allies."
I agree.
I would prefer that to the walk-in circles.
Mm-hmm.
I also
you know-
really don't feel like killing 13 people today.
I don't think we can.
I also do not
Probably
think we
not.
can. I believe in all of us, but not that much.
Same.
I have this weird pain in my shoulder from when I was leaning on the axe. I think I just need to like sleep it off, but you know, I need to
Side
sleep
of
it
the
off.
axe did you lean on?
Oh, it was like the pole part, but I think I just did it weird because it was like here, and I don't know.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
get stung a few times.
Oh,
But
that's what I wanted to ask.
Fine.
Fernell, what does your sister specialize in? What kind of things does she lack, and what kind of things does she do to fight?
Are you asking for my sister's weaknesses?
No, I was actually trying to ask about topics that would get her to like us. I fear I made a bit of a bad impression. Because I wanted to intimidate her, and she was, well, quite frankly, she was being a bit annoying. But if we're gonna play nice, I want to play nice. And I also did want to know what kind of fighting stuff she had, just in case. Just in case, is she gonna blast me with magic, or is she gonna come out with an axe? That's all I want to know.
Well, she's like, you know, she's a ranger type, but
Okay.
she doesn't really like. Just don't. I mean, I don't want to have to go and feel like we have to intimidate her. You guys.
No, she talked
Yeah.
down to you, and I did not like
It's
that.
not.
I-
Well, she
I
didn't
know
really
it's
like
not
talk
that
Same, I didn't
down,
like that.
down.
I
Isn't
know
that
it's
just a
not
normal
place.
older sibling thing? It kind of seemed like a normal older sibling thing to me.
I don't have siblings,
Maybe.
so I couldn't tell.
I'm the youngest, so I definitely.
Same.
I grew up with animals, so
Honestly, it checks out.
The forest. I don't.
Wait, what
I
is
don't
that?
know.
What's that supposed to mean?
Sibling stuff.
Oh. Okay. Well,
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think that we need to go that route. You know.
I don't think so. No.
I didn't say I wanted to fight her. I was trying to explain why I reacted the way that I did. Well, that and I was very fed up.
Oh yeah, no. I think even she understands. Like, you know, I don't think I kind of best explain like how you guys have been like
Oh.
real good friends to me, but
That was the other thing. What were you doing in the last year before she left?
just kind of wandering around.
Did she ever have you go to certain places? Did she suggest that you went to that mountain, for example?
Oh no. I think if anything, she might have mentioned not to go there, but I don't even remember her mentioning it at all.
Didn't you say that she pulled you out of that mountain?
What? No. There was a cave with
She
the
fought
with
everybody.
a big giant spider.
we don't like caves.
I can't deal
Oh.
with it anymore.
No, we don't have to talk about that. I was just curious
okay.
because timeline-wise, she was already
Yeah.
working for our Dear Sewing Circle when you were with her.
Probably, but I mean, I didn't know.
No, I don't think you did. I was just curious if she did anything that might raise some sort of memory. But
Oh, okay.
Zaltana
That-
gently
that makes
squeezes
sense.
MK's shoulder.
Yeah,
Just checking in on you.
I don't want to go through that door.
We don't have to talk in there. We could just have a talk out here. I honestly don't think it needs to be a long conversation. As far as I see it, we have a vested interest. We want to leave. They want us to leave. They want to guard the book. So be it. But I do not like this group coming after them. And if they are 13 people, I get that they're powerful, but you can get short-staffed.
True.
So dither quite a lot. I don't think they'll do anything drastic if we go ahead and leave.
We can leave.
Not with the book.
If we can get any information in this other group and take care of them, or at least investigate them, perhaps we can help out there. And
So is
I
our
don't know.
You know what
is
the
our
other
plan of
group is
attack?
called?
No, we're not attacking. We're not
No,
attacking.
no. I said plan of attack. Sorry, that was poor wording on my part. Plan of approach. We we have a quick conversation.
We
We
get
make
out
it.
of here.
We make an ally, and then we leave. Is that the plan?
That is my plan. We
Yeah,
Great.
both
sure.
we have a vested interest in similar things. We don't want chaos, and we also want to leave. They want us to
Excellent.
leave, and they want to keep the book.
Emphasize
will-
we don't
we
want to
work
be
together.
enemies. I personally would like to know more about Jessup's relationship with this whole thing, but that's more of a
Right.
side thing. So if we
We're
can get that
also,
information out, enemy of enemy is friend sort of thing. Otherwise,
Oh,
we'll
absolutely.
make a graceful exit.
And if we're going for congeniality, I will opt to say almost nothing, because apparently I can't stop insulting this woman. I don't know if it's an orc thing or what, but I can't help
Sleep
myself.
good last night.
I mean, I get a similar urge, but that might be more of an attraction thing. So I will try to rein it in. Although she might lack that.
Zaltana is just confused hearing this,
The adults are
Yeah,
talking.
Fernell is also
Talking shit.
like, yeah.
and she's just kind of like,
I'll tell y'all about my past some other time.
leans down to his MK. It's like,
Scared
is
me,
that how you
Jess.
flirt with people?
Wait,
I also
how are
lean
you
down-
when you're mean to people?
I lean down to MK as well as like,
Special thing.
this is kind of gross.
I know.
Bill leans into Jezebel and goes, I don't know if I want to just push her over or ask her to dinner.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna go over
Coffee.
here. You guys can
You all
keep-
start hearing raised voices.
Good lord, I'm not gonna bet her on the table.
You start hearing raised voices from towards the hatch. Kura and Lauren seem to have gotten into a disagreement.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Is everything is?
Well, Lauren wanted to get us in, so maybe if we assure her. Well, I'm gonna raise my voice. I think we're getting ready to take our leave. A good actress always knows when it's time to exit.
And you hear Lauren say, "Just give it to them. It's safer. We need to keep them separate." And Kura says, "We don't have a plan for that. Calm down. Bring them inside. We'll have a discussion."
Would you be
Okay,
okay
you
sitting
okay?
inside, MK?
I'll be okay. You guys are with me.
Are you sure? Because that covers a lot of things. I did not read her as cruel.
Yeah, we could just ask if we could
think
sit in the open space.
Probably best we know what we're up against down there too, just in case.
Okay.
You give us a signal, or not even a signal. If you feel like you need to get out, you tell us.
I mean, you guys know how it works. I'll just turn into like a
They might take
killer or
that as a
something.
sign of aggression. So perhaps we should warn them.
true.
Zaltana will offer her large furbolg hand to MK.
Oh, she holds it with both.
Oh,
And holds her close.
So you all start sort of like heading towards the hatch. It appears that like a couple of people stay outside, and you enter, or at least you can look in. It's up to you if you enter, but you look in and you see a room. You see what appears to be a pretty small room, 50 feet maybe across. I guess it's a pretty big room, but it's just
tall enough for me.
It's just yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just barely though. It's like 8 foot tall, so you've got a few inches. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can fit in, but like it's like
Yeah.
right there.
It's the size of like an average 8 foot room, but it's like only 8 foot. Yeah. So you see in front of you, what appears to be just a large room, very homey. There's a large hearth in front of you. There's a couple people appear to be playing cards on the table. Inside, there's a sort of a room. It appears sort of to your right. And Kura invites you in and says, "Welcome to my home. I'm going to ask you to keep this between us. I have become very good friends with Lauren, and I trust her. And she trusts you. And at this point, you know what is here and you know what we have. And I'd rather have these conversations underground. You never know. If you found us, perhaps others did too.
Maybe that guy who told us is still roaming the woods yelling about where your headquarters is.
Phil.
I'm sorry.
Out of character because Jez will really try to keep this in. But she said that she wasn't close to anyone at work. I knew she was closer to Lauren. How did you get around that?
I think her and Lauren are dating.
Yes!
They're not. They're not, okay. Because that would have been a straight lie. Okay. They're not supposed to get close to each other. They're not like close in that way. But you need to trust your people. Mm-hmm. She trusts
Zaltana's
iffy, but okay.
Yeah.
Zaltana's kind of hunched over because that's just how Zaltana is.
Yeah.
And kind of like raises a hand like a student.
Yes.
And she's gonna say, I understand your need to speak underground and you want to ensure that you can trust us. And she will hold out her staff and hold out her hand. And she's going to say, perhaps we should ensure that no one is listening in magically.
Can you do that?
She would want to cast detect. I can detect certain magical auras.
Please.
A sign of good faith. And she's going to use the Furball Magics to cast Detect Magic.
Oh, okay. What's the range?
That it's concentration. I think. Hold on, let me read the thing. Concentration within 30 feet, and she's gonna look at Kira each time she walks around any area, almost like asking for permission before stepping further. And then she's going to do a sweep.
You walk around the room. There is 4 magical things on her body. There is something magical about the hearth.
Cool.
That's it in the whole room.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to be any magical influence trying to divine any information from us. And then she'll drop concentration.
Well, my friends, welcome to the seam. And she sort of waves her arm, and the fire goes out. And behind the hearth opens up.
Love
and
it.
I will
love to see
bring up a little bit more of the map. And thank you for finally coming inside. Let me bring up
how mad would you possibly too claustrophobic character?
Like I'd find a way. No, I wouldn't have if I couldn't have. But okay, let's bring up.
Zaltana will keep close to MK.
Oh wait, I didn't. Did I? Hold on. Did I bring you over?
You did not
there it
bring the tokens over, but I can see it.
Yeah, okay.
I threw me down.
It's so pretty!
Yeah, me too.
Let me click. So this map was, it's on Incarnate, and I didn't make it, but I just altered it from like a free open map on Incarnate. So if anyone wants a cool like underground bunker map.
I am not in there at all. Oops.
Yep, same.
Yes, feel free to put yourself in.
I need someone to put me in, please.
Hold on.
All right.
I don't know if it's gonna let me go out of this area.
View. It's
Bill,
taking a
token, and you get a token.
It's taken a sweet minute to view on Roll20, and I don't know why, but there we go.
I see me.
I do not see myself,
I'm
unfortunately.
trying to bring myself in, but it doesn't want me to for some reason.
No, I don't think we can leave that area. I might have to like re-put. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's slowly I think because it's such a large map, it's like revealing really slowly after I do reveal spots, so it's just taken a second.
If you're trying, do you want the whole map to be seen real quick? No.
And now you find how we are now. No. Okay, so there you are. You can kind of see like just ahead of you, into a hallway, and you can see now that it opens up quite a bit, and you're free to move forward. And Kura says, "You're welcome inside. There are a number of people in there." Taking their rest. I would ask that we keep it down and we keep it friendly, and like I asked before, you keep your weapons sheathed.
That will be no problem.
Cora.
Sturdy is your ceiling?
Incredibly sturdy. This bunker has been here from before I was born.
I'm not sure if that makes me feel better or worse, but let's go.
Wonderful. That's you. Leads you forward into, and then Lauren comes with, and you go inside here. So you can just follow along if you want to. And she sort of leads you into like what seems to be like a common room of some kind, and sits at a large fancy desk and, lets you stand because. And we'll reveal that and move over this way. Yeah.
Oh, me.
And you.
Did it. And me, I did it.
And you see that there's nobody you can see around. There's the 6 people outside and the 2 people that were playing cards just on the inside. And you know that there's some rooms beyond that you can't really see into, but you know that there's more people here, or you were told that anyway. And here we are. And she sort of looks at you and says, "Nobody should be able to hear us in here. Let us speak freely and let us speak quickly. I've had some discussions with Lauren, and there are things that I think you're right about. I don't know that this is perhaps the best place to keep the book moving forward.
Okay.
There are other factions of the Seam looking for the other items, and I fear that, no offense, if you found us, other people will. I think it's perhaps wiser to keep these items as separate as possible. That is ultimately the goal from the tailor. That's our lead. I can tell you no more about them, so drop the subject.
The tailor.
Okay.
Now,
A suggestion about your security.
what's that?
Security suggestion. Yuki mentioned how if we could find you, anyone could. You might want to keep a tighter rein on the people you send from location to location, is all I'm going to say about that.
Yes, I know who you're speaking of, and they've been dealt with. They will not be back.
Okay. Just
Can I insight check that on what that means?
Means he's dead.
Yeah.
Definitely
Do
dead.
that.
Fully
Poor
dead?
guy.
Okay. Cool.
No, you can insight check it. Not yes, they're dead. Yes, you can insight check it.
I know nothing. There's nothing.
I
There's
also
no
know
way.
nothing.
There's no way.
MK
There's
is
no
too
way.
scared down here. She's
Yeah.
not gonna.
I think Justice assumes she means that he's dead, and she's like, okay.
Alright.
Zaltana's just too focused on making sure that MK is okay.
Now I have somewhat of a test, and I know we've already gone through this. Please don't roll your eyes at me. I don't know you people. The only word I have to go on is Lauren's. And I trust her, but I do not know you people.
Good word.
The book is on the shelf behind you.
Cool.
Do we remember what this book looked like? We've never seen the book. Never mind.
Well, theoretically, we shouldn't touch it. Like, super not.
Yeah. So I think Zaltana has seen the book in
I've seen
person. I can't remember if Staci had also seen it from working in the area.
Theoretically, I could have as a thespian. I don't know if they make them all look similar, like copies and whatnot, but...
No, this isn't an original manuscript, so it wouldn't, like, copies wouldn't look like it. Definitely Zaltana would have seen it. I think, Staci, I think we went over this first thing. You wouldn't have, like, gone into City Hall because you don't care.
Yeah, I that sounds right.
Yeah. But, Zaltana,
Yes.
you would know it. So to finish, Cora says, if you can find the book and take it safely from here, I will not stop you.
Before I can answer that truthfully, I know you're a woman who values truthfulness, and my mother also taught me to be honest, so I wanted to ask you more about this other faction that we're going to go up against. Because if we are to help you, in all honesty, I want to know how dangerous they are. Because then I can give you a true answer if we're even capable. Fair enough?
Fair enough. I don't think it behooves me much to keep any more secrets from you now that you're in this deep. The people who started the seam started it 325 years ago. Nope, that's not true. They started it 100 and...
Right? Okay.
A lot of years.
They started it in 199. It's 325 now. So 226 years ago. The seam was started from the graduates of the first year at Amos Adventure Academy.
Yep.
Now, from what I know, the seam was built and continues to be a group that tries to do good. I do. I believe Lauren does. I believe most of us do. But you know, in Asterie, powerful people are looked down upon. You know that magic is looked down upon. And you know, I hope you're smart enough to know that with great power comes, well, you know the rest. All I can say...
don't... Actually, could you finish that?
Power can be used in a lot of different ways. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
Irresponsibly, one might say.
When Cora says that, I look at Zaltana.
Zaltana wouldn't say that. That's Val being cheeky. Zaltana's actual reaction to all of this is her hands are shaking.
I grip your hand tighter.
Val wants to be funny little clown. Zaltana's not funny little clown.
I don't want to steal your lines, but Jez would be funny little clown.
Yeah.
God, Val, you're fucking hilarious. I love you.
Isn't he?
Like many powerful groups, and like any groups of people, some went astray. We don't know exactly when or exactly how. Perhaps immediately, perhaps within the first years, people turned on the original goal of keeping power in the right hands, keeping artifacts of value in the right hands, and away from each other. But we do know something from the very beginning went wrong. And we've been trying, or at least most of us have been trying from the beginning, to keep that tamped down. Something changed not too long ago, perhaps a year, perhaps slightly less, and things have been unearthed, sometimes literally. And somebody, or some people, or something is trying to pull threads that should never come together.
Hmm.
And,
Why do you think Jessup might be involved?
I don't know. All I
Doesn't
know,
surprise me if he is.
they have more information than they
Hey,
should.
I'm sorry.
See, isn't their mom like...
Their mom's in original graduate.
So she would have been in your scene?
Excuse me?
What was the name?
This is new information to you? Okay.
Oh,
We are,
Sounds like-
as you may have
Staci.
gathered.
Tell her what you read.
We had a run-in with Jessup, and I might have happened to borrow a yearbook. And one of the interesting things in there is someone by the name of Adrian Arkin, which is apparently their mother.
Adrian Archon is Jessup's mother?
That's the ticket.
yeah.
The name sounds like it means something to you. A lot.
They look quite similar.
Adrian Archon was a founding member of the Seam.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What you just said, yes.
And Jessup was in the scene?
No,
No, okay.
absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
Well, they had put all the spells on the magical book.
How
that
do
was
you
taken
know
by-
this? Adrian Archon had no children.
Surprise!
Gestures to the yearbook.
Surprise! We can do some comparisons. They did look quite similar.
I mean, that's a hard thing to say because there's no actual photographs. So, like,
I thought
there's like some renderings, some like
that it was like obvious that Adrian was.
You found out through reading through some of Jessup's notes and stuff, but it's not like, oh, look at the pictures. Like,
never mind. Then I was assuming it was a photographic.
Yeah,
or
it became
not
obvious to you
anything.
from Jessup's notes and things.
Is Jessup so adverse to you and your cause? That's why you're that surprised.
Jessup has always been a thorn in the side of the seam, and now it's becoming clear why.
Of them,
It's just kind of a
put the
thorn.
protection spells over the book that you want, and never mind.
This is ever more complicated. Jessup is, as far as I know, nothing to do with the people who are looking for these items to pull them together. In fact, although they've always tried to take this seam down, as far as I could tell, they would not. Look, I think we may need to move quickly. Take the book and go. Tell no one you've been here.
I have a question, and I swear it's not rude. If we
doubts.
if we run across Jessup again, should or can we kill him?
Pretty close last time to killing him.
Thank you.
I do not believe Jessup is a good person.
Agreed.
I cannot
Seems
tell
very
you whose
quirky.
life to take or to spare, but it seems like they have much more information than I had any idea about. Perhaps it's important to find more than to kill them.
I also
How are
think
you
that
with-
we have more information that you thought we had. Perhaps it's probably more beneficial for the both of us that we maybe stay in contact.
Do you have a sending stone?
Each liaisons, brother, sister, confidence. I don't know.
Lauren is an incredibly skilled ranger, and I think we could keep her on the road and keep her coming back and forth. I'm not in possession of the sending stone at this moment, but I could probably track one down sooner than later and perhaps get it to you via Lauren.
Then let me offer this important information to you. Jessup is hobbled currently. No, I do not think a mage of their skill would be hobbled for long.
The people in Daronia. The sheriff, I believe, was the first one who was too terrified to mention your organization's name. Presumably they are not in any way affiliated, yes?
Sure, not at all.
Yeah, right. So the three people that knew about the defenses on the books were the sheriff, Jessup, and the mayor. What do you know about the mayor of Daronia?
Her husband, very little. She was born and bred in Daronia, as far as I know.
Okay.
Interesting. And so the book got there. How?
The book had been there for almost 300 years. It's been there since just after the Great War.
Hidden in plain sight.
Yeah, I was under the impression that the people who wanted it hidden in plain sight were the founders of the Seam, so I was unaware why one of their agents wouldn't have perhaps been looking after that, because apparently they weren't.
We took it. We have it.
Yeah, you took it
It's
now.
on the shelf behind you.
Yes, I did get that, thank you. I meant the fact that it had been sitting there for quite some time, but that's besides the fact.
Yes, that was... Yes. But everybody knew it was there. And it was well guarded, and it was often...
Right, but the three people that knew all the secrets of the safety of it were not in any way affiliated with you.
No.
Okay.
Not to my knowledge. Once again,
So we are...
I run this small sector. Purposely, the Seam, different hideouts, do not speak very much. We get directives from the tailor, and we move on that.
Yes, it just...
Everybody roll
for
me a
me
quick
as them, it just
perception
seems
check.
like okay. Because it just seems like a weird oversight to me,
Nat
but maybe
20.
I'm forgetting
Nat
something.
20 again. I don't know what's happening.
Right.
Dirty 20.
That's good.
23.
Somebody, you hear some voices outside, and then, like, a few seconds later, you see somebody sort of, like, poke their head in the door and, like, kind of, like, do a few hand signals. And Kura says, "There seems to be people on the road. Not far away. Move now."
Okay.
Zaltana.
I need
Don't touch the book, Zaltana.
No, I won't. And she's gonna pull out. She's
bag of God.
already holding her scarf out, preparing to like wrap her hands. As you said that, and she just kind of looks at you. Yes.
Bill like squints at Zaltana, and the bees become mage hand. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh, the bees.
We don't want it to be detected. We can't just let it float. There are magics that can detect through layers.
Okay, let's put it in a bag. Are we gonna put it in a bag?
Some coffee.
Okay. I
Magical
guess-
coffee.
You want to
Okay,
put it in the coffee?
You want to put it in the coffee?
Anyways,
Yeah, it's drugs. We're masking the smell.
as we're doing this,
Oh, that's a really good idea.
as we're
Put it in the
being little
coffee.
shitheads and doing this, Zaltana's gonna look at Kura and say, "Was the child of the sun of Arban. I will do my best."
Please do not lead this back here. I ask of you. I trust these people. I will send Lauren after you this evening, at a distance. And she will come back and forth. She'll alert you if anybody's following you. She's the best ranger I know. Zaltana, roll me a quick investigation check on the shelf to see if you can pick out the book.
Oh no.
That is what's my investigation? 19?
Yeah, you see an incredibly old-looking book, wrapped in sort of like silver chain.
Mage hand.
As you mage hand it, you see like these like little sparks, sort of.
Maybe not mage hand? Would I know that means it's about to explode, or...
You know there's something magical happening.
Okay, she'll stop mage hand and then look to Kura and say, "How did you handle it?"
Very carefully.
I mean, like, quite literally, like, how did you handle it?
Just
with a piece of cloth.
you start hearing a little more voices from outside, and she says, "Do not touch the chains."
All right.
And you
there
can
go.
literally like grab like the corner of the book without touching the chains, but like it's like an inch of this like big tome.
Okay. She'll be very careful handling that and place it into, because she technically still has this pack, so she'll put that in that pack. God, thank you, D&D Beyond, for having separate bags.
I
for things.
love that they have that now.
Thank goodness.
Bag. Okay.
Cora, real quick
Yes.
question.
Yes.
If for whatever reason we come into contact with another group of the Seam, is there anything we could tell them so they know we're kind of on your sides?
No. I am.
Cool.
I am going.
We all have clothing names.
I'm going to try and be clear here. I'm going in direct opposition to orders. I am going to tell them that the book got stolen and I still might be killed. But you know what? My goal is to have less people killed, and if I'm one of them, so be it. There's somebody coming up the road. It might be convenient to say that they stole the book. You go, avoid them. Let us take the brunt of that. We can do this. You were never
We're
here.
not with the seam. Wonderful. I still, out of character, do not understand. If they were watching the book in Daronia, why did they steal it and make a big hullabaloo out of it?
Because somebody else was trying to steal it.
They were trying to steal
Okay.
it from somebody else.
I
who was
think the
trying to steal
Tiamat
it.
group was going after.
There's
Yeah.
more than one group.
I think I know
Yeah,
what's
they're not
going on here,
involved,
so
though.
if I could take like a few moments to kind of like clarify everything.
Yes.
So I think it'd be easier if we thought about this in 3 factions. That fact might be disproven later,
Yes.
but this is the most helpful.
So we have Dragon Tail.
So we
and-
have Tiamat, we have Seam, and we have Daronia.
Mm-hmm.
Doronia had it for years, for hundreds of years, and they are keeping it. The Seam watched over it because they didn't hear anything about anything, so they just left it be. But for some reason, they must have received intel regarding another group that is moving in.
Yes.
And the only way that they could foresee in protecting it was to steal it before they could steal it.
And I think the one missing piece of intel there is that they said within the last year or so, some things have been shifting and some getting weird.
Yes,
even
but
less,
the people
6
who
months
brought
or
it
something.
to Daronia were also people who founded the Seam, or the overall organization. So they I just feel like it could have been done more bureaucratically.
But I think the people who brought it to Daronia didn't do it as the Seam. They just did it as people, and they were also just happened to form the Seam.
I think
They
also
just
the
did it.
Seam
They didn't
not-
do it. The Seam's primary objective wasn't really to guard that book, per se, or at least send it to Daronia. That's not their objective.
One
If
of the
so, they would
the
be.
founders founded one of the 6 people from the academy, and the 6 people from the academy founded the Seam. That's why I didn't understand, because they would have had all the stuff.
No, I think part of the other issue is
they
the
would have
Seam
had. They
doesn't
would have been in the
communicate
know.
with each other.
Yes, I got that.
They're not talking to each other, so there's a little bit of issue with that, and so that causes some the Seam doesn't know who all of the Seam entirely is, since they don't talk to each other and they don't necessarily have a
okay.
back and
I
forth.
guess
And
it's the
especially people in the Seam and Daronia, they're not gonna talk to each other about hey, is the book still there and all that kind of stuff. It's more of just yeah, sure, just keep the book there if you want. But Daronia
It just
never asked
seemed
why.
crazy
And
to
the
me.
Seam never told them.
For all we know, the mayor could be a descendant of Fallon Shutterlance, since Dragonborn don't.
Yes, that's what I was assuming as well. But I thought she was part of the Seam, so the fact that the 3 people who were keeping the book safe had no knowledge of this Seam, who is supposed to be the overall group behind the scenes keeping people safe, except they're scared of them, is absolutely batshit to me. But maybe that's how it's supposed to be.
I think also
that's how it's
just
supposed
things.
to be.
I think
they're just
things have evolved and changed over 200 years.
Yes,
the Seam could have started, right? And now the people who run Daronia might have no idea what's up with the Seam anymore, even if they were a descendant.
I guess, it's
would
not
like to
how I
add-
would run things. It seems very irresponsible, but yeah.
Yes, but also I think another important thing to remember is who was guarding the book in Daronia, and who
Yes, that's
was
what I was
putting
saying.
a lot of the magics.
Yes.
Jessup, who has been actively a thorn in the Seam side.
Yes.
Apparently.
Yes.
So I think the important thing to think about is that regardless of how perhaps they could have handled it, Jessup was actively a hindrance to them. So it wasn't in their interest to make it easy for the people of Daronia.
They did steal it, but the whole thing with the suit of armor had the
That's the Tiamat people
Tiamat,
trying to
yeah.
steal it.
Which means
Yeah,
both
so-
groups were there at the same time.
Roughly.
Yeah.
Almost.
And that means that the whole spectacle of it wasn't the Seam. They were trying to be covert, but Tiamat crew made it a hubbub.
Yeah, but still, I guess just for me, the idea of stealing it at all would raise alarm bells, regardless of if you did it in the dead of night or if you had a suit of armor punch somebody.
I think it was a race against time.
Yeah.
Between 2 groups, and the only way to make sure it was not in those wrong hands.
We're gonna need a
Was
fucking
to-
glossary, Stella. It's gonna be like War and Peace list of characters and factions. I mean,
Stella's
props to
enjoying
you
this.
for putting this together.
Oh yeah.
I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure it was meant to be this
It is, I think.
convoluted, and not that I
Yeah.
was missing something very obvious that
No.
everyone else got.
No, you're good.
No. We are missing clear bits of information.
Yeah, we have lots of stuff that we don't know.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
is just a theory. That's
Yeah.
kind of why I said it's easier for me to think of it as 3 factions.
Yeah, I got that.
Until proven
is
otherwise.
Almost
Just
even
a
4, because
theory.
Jessup in there as
Yeah,
well.
Jessup isn't
I feel
quite
like
like
Whatever that has
Daronia. They're
Jessup's into.
annoying.
Mhm.
And I imagine whoever their father is very important, or at least
Yeah.
of some
We'll
note.
see.
We'll see.
Some
Okay.
notoriety.
Well,
I mean-
Thank you.
let's get said book, put in bag, don't
Yeah.
touch that
Run.
book, and run.
I hope they have another exit. That was the other thing I was worried about. Like, are we meant to go out the front door where the people are coming?
They
Oh,
do not.
Well, fuck. Okay.
before we leave, Fernell does want to go up to Lauren one more time and
Yeah.
grabs her hands and pulls them together, just I think it'd be pretty cool. I think what you're doing is really cool. But I guess since we're kind of we have our own like organizations that we're a part of or whatever, groups and stuff. Like I think it'd be pretty cool if we could like do some. I mean, we're kind of like friends already, right? Like our groups. Like what if
We gotta
go
hold
for
on.
now.
Just, do you want to come? Do you like? I know you have your group and I have mine, but like, you know, like you could maybe you could show me some stuff along the way, and then you could show me that you've seen.
You need to go, and you start hearing like battle from outside. There's one door.
We have to go.
Let's go.
You get in the water,
We'll
or
see her
you
again.
run
for now.
back. Like
Remember that if we are framing them to have stolen the book, we cannot kill them. That would kind of ruin the plan.
Zaltana is going to. What time of day is it right now, Stella?
you came there around midday, I think, right? So it'd be like just early afternoon, like 1 or 2 in the afternoon.
Early afternoon. What is the? I'm so sorry. What is the weather like here?
Oh,
I know
it
where
was
this is going.
a cloudy, cold day.
Hell yeah!
Beautiful. I love that for
You
I
had
love
me
that
at
for
cloudy.
me. As soon as we're out into the exit, Zaltana is gonna cast Fog Cloud.
Oh.
Before you do that, can we get a glimpse of who the people attacking are?
And how many of them there are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you pop outside,
Oh wow.
and there are 8 people from the scene who you saw, and there are 12 people dressed in dark robes attacking them.
Okay.
You said 12?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I think that's where we'll end.
Oh.
What?
No way. No way.